Coach, a lot of things were working in your favor tonight. When you take a look at that box score, what is it that stands out to you?
Well, the balance of the team and our bench has given us a big lift, and you need that in a game like tonight where we're on a back-to-back. They're sitting here waiting for us. I thought our energy was terrific.
Amanda Hajar, Knicks Digital.
Coach, you've talked a lot about rebounding being a total team effort. Can you talk about what you saw out there in the paint battle in terms of keeping pace with Houston rebounding and then edging them out and points in the paint scoring, especially without Mitch?
Yeah, that's a big thing. I think with their size, with DeMarcus, and then PJ Tucker is one of the best defenders in the league, and he's so strong. And then they downsize, and you have to react to that, where there's a lot of switching. And so I think our dribble penetration was good. We forced the collapse. We got into the paint, made some good plays, some good reads. I thought the unselfishness was important. And then we had a number of guys just step up and make shots. But overall, the defense I thought was very, very good. And so we have to count on that. You have to keep the ball out of the paint, challenge shots, and finish with the rebounding. And with a team that shoots threes the way they do, you never feel a lead is safe. So you have to keep playing for 48 minutes.
Mark Berman, New York Post.
Hey, Tom, how'd you like the response of Noel in the starting lineup and Taj subbing for him?
Terrific. They're both great pros, and they're always ready for whatever comes their way. And Taj has been both a starter and a bench guy throughout his career. So I think he handles both extremely well. I think Taj's motor is such a big asset because it doesn't take him 5 minutes to warm up. As soon as he's in the game, he's going. And Nerlens is terrific in terms of the rim protection defensively, pick and roll defense, and then putting pressure on the rim. And oftentimes you don't see the value in that because there's not really a statistic of him going hard to the rim. But what that does is it does create open shots for people, and you can't overlook that.
Steve Popper, Newsday.
Hey, Tom, are you surprised at all, in 3 games, how quickly Immanuel and Derek seem to have fit together?
Yeah, well, I'm not really surprised because Derek's always had the ability to, whether you're playing him with the starters or you're playing him with bench guys, he has the ability to figure it out, and he can play both on the ball and off the ball. And so I think that's what makes him so valuable. And I think he reads the game extremely well, and he provides whatever the game needs. So I think that's a big plus, but it's also his ability to bring the best out of everyone around him. So I think what we're seeing now is we're seeing some really good play out of Obi, and the way that group is playing, it's terrific. And Alec, I don't want to overlook anything that he does because he just makes the team function well when he's on the floor. And that's what you look at. It's not the individual statistics. There's a lot of guys that get empty stats in this league, but it's impact on winning and how does the group function together. And I think that group plays very well together.
Steph Bondi, Daily News.
Hey, Tom, you kind of answered what I was going to ask about the bench, but I did the math, and I think it's 74 points that your bench has outscored the opponent's bench total since you got Derek. Is that just him coming in and running the show? And I mean, how much of it is a credit to him?
Well, I mean, he like I said, the value of what Derek does is he can function in any setting and bring the best out in people. And to me, that's the mark of a great player. When it's not only bringing the best out of yourself, but can you bring the best out of everyone around you? And so I think it's given us really good cohesion with that unit. And then everyone on that unit has had good moments for us. Quick has had great moments. Nerlens has played well. Obi has been he was slowed down by the injury at the beginning, but he's starting to find a comfort zone, and he's doing a good job. And like I said, the same things that I say about Taj, I could say about Alec. Alec could be a starter. He could be a bench guy, and he just goes out there and he plays to win. And that's an important aspect of this. It's knowing when to shoot, knowing when to pass. It's playing with intensity defensively. It's being there for your teammates, giving the appropriate help, closing out, be a multiple effort guy. And those are the types of things that unite and inspire your team. So when you have a group of guys that are playing like that, it's a big plus.
We have time for 2 more questions. Rebecca Harlow, MSG Network.
Coach, you mentioned that Andy Greer is the one who is working with Derek on the playbook at this point and putting in some of that extra time. How much does it help you that those two already have a relationship, and just in general help you that you've gotten certain coaches that you've been able to bring along with you throughout these stages of your career?
Yeah, it's been a big plus. And obviously knowing Derek and then knowing the system, and Andy's a terrific coach. And I feel very fortunate. I have a great group of coaches, and they're all different, and they all provide things that are very helpful to me and to our team. And so I think when you have a staff that works as hard as they do, and they're all great teachers, they're all committed to winning, and they're selfless. They'll do anything to help the team, and they crisscross. They're working with all the players. It's not, one guy with this one player. They're all contributing, and it's part of being a team.
Last question, Mike Borkanoff, The Athletic.
Hey, Tom, for Nerlens, what's the difference in having him in the starting lineup now as opposed to being kind of the anchor of your defense against bench units, and how you think that affects his play?
Well, I think the big thing is when you look at him statistically and you see the rim protection and where he ranks in the league, you knew that would be a great asset. And it's the same thing with Mitch. And so when we sub, we don't lose that component of the defense, which I think is critical. We have 2 elite rim protectors. And then when you add in his ability to guard pick and roll, it's a different look. And he's got great feet, great anticipation, he has a defensive mindset. And so both guys have really helped anchor our defense, and they're the back line. So they're the eyes of the defense. Their communication is critical. But the fact that he's an experienced guy, he's a good veteran leader, he's a hard playing guy. And those things go a long ways towards winning. And I think sometimes what they do, it's not recognized in the box score. It's maybe not glamorous to some, but I think to his teammates, to his coaches, and in terms of impacting winning, those guys are invaluable to us. So we know how important they are.
Thank you, Coach.
Yep, thanks.
First question, Rebecca Harlow, MSG Network. Okay. We'll come back. Amanda Hajar, Knicks Digital.
Nerlens, can you talk about, just being put into the starting lineup and how you feel playing with the starting unit, and kind of what you felt out there and your, responsibility as the main rim protector now?
I felt great out there being with the starting lineup. Got comfortable pretty fast. I think guys, played the right way tonight, and we've been doing that, pretty much all season. So games like these, when you have to make the extra pass, guys been doing that, and I really take it upon myself to be a veteran on this team and step up to the task whenever it's asked of me, and I think I've done that. I want to take it up a notch through whatever starts I get through this upcoming period of time. So I definitely want to play my game.
Mark Berman, New York Post.
Nerlens, with Mitchell's injury, was there any message from the coaching staff about the increased responsibility, or did you get any other messages from teammates?
No, it was very casual. They know I'm ready. They know once that task comes, I'll be ready to go. And Mitchell's a big piece on this team. Everything he brings to the table. I hope he has a speedy recovery. But until then, I'll definitely man man the defense, man the paint, and just make sure I'm playing at a high level for this team to win games.
Steve Popper, Newsday.
You know, you may not be playing with them for a while anymore, but the bench guys, are you surprised how quickly Derek and Emmanuel and that unit has kind of blended together?
I'm not surprised. I seen quickly through training camp, and his confidence was just, it was just bold, and I knew he was gonna have a pretty solid season just off, not being scared of the moment, and D Rose is D Rose, so those two guys, I think they complement each other very well, and a lot of everybody off the bench, OB's really been picking it up, getting comfortable. So I mean, especially with that backcourt, I think it can be lethal down this stretch of these games, and you can only get more acclimated. This is only the third game with D Rose, so and I see him get more comfortable as well. So I think as we continue to grow through these next stretch of games, I mean, we can take it to another level.
Ian Bagley, SNY.
Nerlens, do you feel well prepared for like the minutes increase or just the general increase that you're going to have for however long, as you said, you're starting?
Oh, I don't know why I wouldn't be. I felt great tonight. I think it's obviously the most minutes of the season, but I feel fresher than ever. So I'm definitely can't wait to really get this thing going. String these games along, and really leave my stamp on each and every game to really compliment my teammates and open things up. Not only on the defensive end, offensive end, pick and rolls, and just open up the rim reads, making the right play. So I'm very excited for what's to come.
Thank you, Nerlens.
For sure.
Can you talk about kind of, you've been on the floor with him a couple games now, just your chemistry on the floor, off the floor, and what it's like to play with him?
It's amazing. One, to be able to play with him, and then another to be able to learn from him. He teaches me something new every single day, whether it be on the floor, off the floor. I'm learning a lot of stuff. I don't want to even give it away because a lot of stuff I'm be able to take with me throughout my career. So really just, his energy, he's a dog, alpha dog, he's a leader. It's great to have somebody like that in your corner. So he's a great addition for not only myself, but for the whole team.
Ian Bagley, SNY.
Emmanuel, just along those lines, like the last three games, has anything been different for you sharing the backcourt with him or what you see or what you can attack off of a defense when he's on the court with you?
I think for me individually, it gives it helps me on offense and on defense. On offense, somebody else who can make plays, can help make the game easier for myself to score and make it easier for myself to facilitate. He's a good shooter and can get to his spots as well. So, and then on defense, he guards, so it helps me a lot on defense. Whether it be showing me something on help side or on the ball defense. I think he's just great on both sides of the ball.
Mark Berman.
Emmanuel, yeah, did you and John Wall get a chance to say anything to each other? Did he congratulate you on the game or anything like that?
Yeah, he told me I was having a good season. He told me keep working.
He said Quick's the best point guard in the league.
I'll be topping, ladies and gentlemen. Just a young rookie, and sometimes you just don't know what to do to them. But to answer your question, yeah, he told me to keep working and just stay with it. It's a long season, but just keep getting better each and every day.
Steph Bondi, Daily News.
Hey, Obi's older than you.
Yeah.
How do you and Derek determine who's bringing up the ball and who's off the ball? Seems like you guys just change that up.
Yeah, it's kind of like pickup. Whoever, I mean, it's good to play with somebody who's kind of similar to yourself. It's kind of like pickup. Whoever gets it, gets it. He told me if I get it, don't look back at him. Just go hoop, do what I do. And I feel the same way for him. So it's kind of like pickup. Whoever gets it, just gets it, and we just play off each other. And I feel like when you're playing with somebody that's good, well, great, really, just makes the game a lot easier.
Thank you, Emmanuel.